It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. And today is the day that we tear into the succulent fountain. I honestly don't know where to start. I came out here and I looked at it a little bit before we started filming to try to get a kind of an idea of what I was going to do. And I came out having no idea. So in situations like this, in your own gardens, when you just look out there and shake your head and are completely overwhelmed, my strategy is to just start slowly deconstructing, stepping back, taking a look, and seeing where the process takes you. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by removing some things, like these crested graptosedums. Super gorge, but just, ugh, too much. So I had just kind of set them in here a couple of months ago, and you can see that they figured it out. I tell you this all the time. With cuttings, as long as there's a suggestion of soil, the plant will typically figure it out, and that's a good example of that happening. So we'll just set that aside and step back, do a little grooming, and already I'm feeling better. It just can breathe. I feel like the arrangement can breathe. It's just, really looking kind of unintentional right now. So what else in this arrangement is bugging me? I would have to say the Kalanchoe Blossfeldiana. Despite the fact that it's getting ready to bloom, it's a gorgeous plant. I'm not complaining about the plant, but it's a bit overwhelming in the fountain. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Now, in the past, I have to be very careful of my agave variegata, don't I? Is that not just... She is just so fabulous. Oh, girl. Give Mama some babies now, please. Perfection. Okay, I digress. Anywho, so my strategy in the past with this has just been to cut it way back, and then it just resurged. So I don't know. I mean, this could be really, really in here. Let's see. Oh, no, it's okay. All right, it's coming out in pieces without very many roots, which I like. But it's coming out intact. You are going to be so surprised when you see how great this looks. Just getting this out. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. I found a piece that's really in there. I might need my multi-tool to loosen it up, because I don't want to take out the whole fountain in one fell swoop here. Okay, let's see. There we go. Yeah, that's got a nice little taproot going. Uh-oh, broke that one. That's kind of like pulling a weed and not getting the roots. But that's okay, we'll figure it out. Oh yeah, my lemon tree and Freesia is just putting on a show. It's the middle of March here in San Diego, and we've just come off of a bunch of rain. So it's just a really exciting time to be out here. Okay, I'm doing my favorite part, which is the cleanup. Now, I've got the Blossfeldiana out of there. Let's see what we think. Okay, so I got most of the Blossfeldiana out. There's still a little bit in here. And now I'm feeling like these ghosties here, again, just a little too much. So I'm going to remove this. Haha, this is another example of Laura being super lazy and just popping in a cutting. Look at all that stem growth. Isn't that, or the roots off the stem. That's just a hoot. Okay. So setting that down. This Calico Kitten, I love the idea of this in here. It's so pretty and purple, and I'm looking for spillers, but it's not doing it for me because it's got so much dead. So I am going to just cut the Calico Kitten back hard, not unlike the way I cut the string of pearls back hard in here a few months ago. And we'll see what happens. I really think that this donkey or burrow tail sedum is going to be my winner for my spiller in this fountain long term. You know, now situations too like this, I've got a lot of orange sedum in here, Adolphi, or yeah, Dolphy. And this one's looking really leggy. I'm not really feeling it. But then again, I like the overall presentation of the pop of orange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this sedum, leave about 1 inch of stem. Now the idea here is that from beneath the cut, it's going to branch and give me more babies. And what I can do while I'm waiting for that to happen is I can cut more stem. I can set these leaves on some soil to leaf propagate. And then I can take my little guy, my little cutting, and I can pop it right back in the gap. Just like that. Now that looks a lot tighter. We can get away with that. So now what's going to happen is that cutting is going to root, but I may also get some little baby plantlets off of that stem that I left too. So that's another thing that you can play with in your own installations. Now, oh gosh, I love you, agave variegata, but you're in my way. No, right? Absolutely not. First of all, this Lattimosiensis Kalanchoe, ew, that looks terrible up there. And again, there's too much going on. This was really intentional and pretty once. So I think I'm going to take out these beautiful lavender sedums and work with them again as cuttings because they've just gotten too trunky, too leggy. Ugh, not feeling it. Trying to get it out as best I can, roots and all, because I do want, you know, there to be some soil for these new cuttings to root into. And you know, this is a really good time of the year too to be doing what I'm doing. It's spring, so if all danger of frost is past where you live, you can get in there and get at this. And by resetting now and planting as cuttings, you give the plants a chance to reroot before the heat of summer. Oh yeah, over here, this one really, oh God, it's so pretty, isn't it? Look at that. What a gorgeous, gorgeous plant. Now, microclimatically speaking, the backside of my fountain doesn't get hit with as much sun, so it's clearly happier. Everything is just, you know, filled in and tight looking. It's a happy camper back here in the back. But oh, this feels really, really good to get this stuff out of here. So I am feeling really, really good about this top section. It's looking a lot more intentional up here. And I also have noticed that the string of pearls that we cut back hard last year in the heat of the summer are starting to really make a comeback in here. So I'm excited to see over the next month or so, we'll follow it on Walkabout Wednesday, you know, as they start to spill back over the side. But I love this aloe, and I love how it's starting to turn colors, but I don't love the root system of aloes. They get these really thick, very aggressive roots, so I'm going to pull this out. See, already, I mean, I put this in here as a cutting just a couple of months ago, and it's already moved in. Wow. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Oh, thanks, Ann. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim these roots. I can't even get it.
Wait, lift it back the other way so I can show them. Yep, there they are.
Oh, it is so in there.
In the front, if you look for the cameras, you can cut those.
Oh my gosh. And look, down in there is just like pure fountain. I mean, it's taking all the soil and everything with it. You are a bully, Aloe. All right. So also remember, aloes here in San Diego, in the land of milk and honey, they don't rot. So I don't need to worry about that. I'm going to cut this again, all the roots, trim off any dead leaves. Okay, trim it up. And then just reset it. But first, let me throw just a little bit of fresh soil in there. There we go. Ooh, ah, nice. So it has a nice little bed. And then I'm just gonna stick it in here. Remember, if it stands up, you've done your job. Now it can start over again without taking over my entire upper section. You really need to stay on top of these little aloes if you're going to work with them decoratively like this. Okay, now here's some of these gorgeous sedum hybrid cuttings that I pulled. I'm going to reset these as well on the top, and I think that's going to be my thing. The top section is just going to be these beautiful, colorful little sedums. Ugh, God, this is sublime. Look at that one. Whoa. They don't even look real. How gorgeous are they? And that will be the top. Just rosettes and spillers and that one aloe just to kind of give some pop up there. But yeah, so that top section now, I'm feeling really, really good about it. So these Blossfeldiana cuttings, there's still more. I've got probably double this that I can move into the garden or into a pot. You know, the whole point here was that it was just becoming really overwhelming. So I'm going to take a little bit. It's almost like putting flowers in a vase. These blooms will still go ahead and do their thing despite the fact that I'm putting them in as cuttings. And I'm just going to fill in this gap right here. So I love the plant, like I said, but it was just too much of a good thing. Also, this little agave quadricolor I threw in there, this is unnecessary, and I definitely don't want this taking off. You can see the potential of the plant right there. So this will get moved. I think these quadricolors are probably going to be better in more of a in-ground situation. So here I have another aloe too, and I really like it in there, but I am going to take this opportunity to trim up these roots before it really gets going. You saw what happened with the other one. Don't want that. Okay, and then I can pop that back in. And you know, when you're taking things out too is a really good time to do some housekeeping, some cleaning, picking up detritus. Oh, this is the most gratifying thing I'm sure I will do all day today. And now, in my other gaps, I found this Mexican snowball echeveria over on the side of the house. I'm going to tuck that in right in front of the Aeonium sunburst. Then I have some variegated Crassula ovata. I found this at a nursery in, where's? San Marcos. And I really wanted to give it a shot to see if it would keep its variegation. So I'm going to tuck some pieces of that in my gaps here. Love, love, love that yellow. And I think we're going to be pulling a lot more yellow since I'm working with cuttings. And what do you think, Hannah, of these little Vera Higgins? Are those okay like that?
Sure.
You know, I had taken a lot of things apart because I didn't like the trunks. But sometimes a couple of little trunks can make an arrangement look like it's been here for a minute. So that's subjective. Use your own discretion. And now I have one more gap right there. Ugh, and again, don't want it to look hodgepodgey, so I think I'll take a couple of these other cute little, I'm not even sure what these are. They're not Fred Ives, but they're kind of a grapto. And I'll pop them in right here in front of that snowball.
Maybe one little piece of Hobbit. And that last.
And then Hannah thinks a piece of the Hobbit.
Yellow.
Say what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little more yellow.
A little more yellow.
And it'll own that spot.
Yes, and it also, you know, plays off of the yellow in the sunburst aeonium too, which is very nice. Oh my. All right, then I've got a little gap right there. So here's some more of that yellow. Remember, we do not want to see dirt. And then Hannah, if you want to get around back, I'm really not feeling like I need to do anything in that back section. It's just looks so great. I wish I could turn this fountain around. That would be really amazing if I could just turn it with the seasons, but it weighs 10 zillion pounds, so that's not happening. Okay. Now, what I've got left that's super important are my crested grapto ghosties. And I'm not going to put those back in the fountain because here's an example of having too much of a good thing. The struggle is totally real. So, oh dear, Hannah bumped her head. So I will figure out somewhere else to put these, and I'll share that with you at another time. But as far as the fountain is concerned, yeah, it has. It's great, and we'll continue to check in on it on Walkabout Wednesdays, but I'm super happy. Really encourage you all to get out in your garden and goof around. And remember, oh my gosh, guys, I have been having such a blast getting to know you through virtual consultations. That has totally taken off, and I am having so much fun. So if you'd like to get my eyes on your hot mess, or if you have a friend or a family member that's a follower and you want to give them a birthday present of an hour with me or whatever, just go to my website at designforserenity.com and fill out a submission form, and we'll connect and we'll see if we can make it happen. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity in my backyard with the succulent fountain and your succulent tip of the day.